Right, I'm doing a video on fitting a Di2 to a Giant Defy1 from 2015, just to show you roughly what I've done. Basically, on the down tube we have the main little control box, which is down the bottom here. I've got two cables that run out, so as you can see I've got one going to the rear derailleur and the other one going up to the front. Yeah, so this is going up to there. Very minimal drilling is what I've found I can do on this frame. So with the, I don't know if you'll see it, there we go. Right, so just here, that is a screw thread rivet, which I think is for holding a mud guard on or something along them lines. So I've just re-drilled the hole. So the rivet, if you look at that rivet, I've just drilled out the thread basically. So I've not actually drilled into the frame to put this one in at all. So it's just nicely going through the collet rivet, whatever you want to call that, and it's going straight into the derailleur. And then the cable's tucked away in the centre, going into the junction box, the four-way junction box inside, which is obviously then we're in a feed up to the battery, and then those two feeds that go into the bottom bracket, one up the front and one up to the rear. So the one going to the rear was absolute swine to get through, and the tools I've been using is actually a bit of strange looking cable-y thing. And if you use the end of this is actually Ethernet cable, Ethernet, whatever. This is like an inner piece, and this one's like the cable itself. So because it's solid core, it's thin enough and perfect fit into the end of a Di2 cable. So when I say into the end of a Di2 cable, I should try and show you by what I mean. I'm sorry about the video, I'm just trying my best to do it because the kids have gone out. So I'm videoing it myself while it's in bits. So yeah, so if you see that actually fits perfect in the end of that hole without damaging it. So you get a grip to then, once you've threaded one of these through the whole of that frame, you've got it hanging out this end. You can actually plug that into that wire and then just push it through, and then I can get it out of this extremely small hole because it's very tight on the end of the frame. Now, yeah, all right. So basically, it comes in through the back. Now there was a hole here already. So the only thing I've actually drilled on this frame is this little bit, a tiny bit bigger. I don't think it'll crack myself. I don't think it's going to make much difference. I've probably brought it out from a 3mm to a 5mm or whatever it was. I drilled it 5.5. So I can't see it being that much of a problem. For that, I mean, that's as minimal drilling as you're going to get to fit Di2 to a Giant Defy frame. So I have a lug that will be going in there, but I'm going to pack it full of paint. I'm going to pack that bit of paint in there, so I'm not going to put the grommet back in, but that'll go in there. The grommet sits in there absolutely gorgeous when it's in. I'll show you the full bike in sort of like part 2, because this is part 1 where I'm showing you where the cables have gone. The other handy tool that I used for getting the cables up to the seat post, and that was one of these old school like grabby things. Yeah, absolutely awesome bit of kit. You can just shine the light into the bottom bracket like that, look down the top of the tube, hover your little cable at the bottom, and then slide this straight down. So for an example, I would go straight down the top I could see right down the bottom, and I could grab it and pull it all the way up, connect all your connections, drop it all and push it all back into the thing, drop them through the hole at the bottom, and then that's when you do all your threading. So absolutely brilliant, dead easy. Downpipe was fine, just remember to use gravity to run your cable down. So I just twisted the frame round on its stand so that it was just going straight down. It comes a big enough hole in the end. There's a big enough hole in there to get the cable through there, so it's plenty big enough for it to go through. Right, I'm going to do part 2 where I'm going to connect it to, I'm going to put the front end on and show you the magic of how I've got that to work.